Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christian. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good day, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you're seeing this, I hope you are good. So guys, today we're gonna be talking about glowing up for good and making changes that stick. I can't remember if I've done a video talking about how to make changes that stick, but that's what I wanna talk to you guys about today. Glowing up once and for all. I feel like the issue and the struggle that a lot of times we experience when we want to glow up and we want to do better is we fall off, we get discouraged, we start to doubt ourselves, we think that the glow up was fake from the beginning and we're ready to just throw in the towel. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the mindset that we need to have when we're really trying to better ourselves and how we can go into it with the right mindset that lets these changes last a lifetime. I think that's the only thing that matters. When you do something with a right mindset, you can keep it in your life forever. It'll become a principle for you. It will become a part of who you are versus just bringing something into your life and not really thinking too much about it or not really having that intention there. So that's what we're going to be getting into today. I hope you guys have been great as always. Make sure you guys check out my last couple of videos. As always, get into the tea. We're going to be starting a new book very soon in the book club. I'm going to be having the voting for the new book next week. So if you guys are interested in joining the book club, we read spiritual books, uplifting books, enlightening books only. You can check down below. It's Enlightened Reads on Instagram. It's only on Instagram. So go there, you'll be able to see all of the tea. I believe this is going to be our 8th book that we're starting together. So I'm super excited about it. We have some great options to choose from. And again, there's a lot of new things coming to Pixie Apothecary. My crystal pendants, my one-of-one crystal pendants are going to be dropping next week. So if you guys saw me wear my crystal pendants, make sure you check it out on Pixie Apothecary and get you some. And what else? The business services are up in action. I'm going to be doing a video soon about business tips and branding and just things to know as an influencer, how to stand out as an influencer. So those videos are going to be coming soon. So just get into it. Everything is in the description box. You guys can follow my business mentoring page now. Listen to the podcast as always and just get into everything. So yes, let's go ahead and talk about glowing up once and for all, going up for good and how to make these changes stick. So let's get into it. So like I mentioned, the most important thing when you're wanting to change anything about yourself is the mindset that you have when you go into it. I think a lot of problems that we make when we're trying to glow up or elevate ourselves is seeking outside validation or outside satisfaction or praise about what we're doing. Because I don't remember when the term glow up came around. I feel like the glow up era for me, when I started hearing people talk about glowing up, was like getting out of high school. People always mention like your glow up after high school or through college or whatever, or even, you know, when you're awkward in middle school and then you glow up, you know, you come into your own, you become a better version of yourself. A lot of times though, we associate glowing up with maybe looking better, being more popular, having people like you more. And glowing up has nothing to do with any of that. You know, any type of self-improvement, because that's what it is, you know, self-improvement, any type of self-improvement has to be solely 110% based on you. It can't be based on your partner, your children, your job, your business, nothing. Because what happens when the partner isn't there? What happens when the children move out? What happens when you aren't in your business anymore or you quit that job? If you're trying to be better for someone or be better for something other than yourself, it's going to be a failure. It's going to be a failure. And I think a lot of us have been driven by a lot of different influences and things that kind of push us to, oh, I want to do this or I want to do this. Have you ever recognized that anybody that started a business in 2020 just to start it, they back at their 9 to 5 sitting pretty? Okay, and anybody that, you know, tried to just do something random because everybody else was doing it, they gave that stuff up so fast. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people online and just in the world that see stuff and they're like, oh, I want that car, I want to travel to that place, I want to try this, I want to try this, I want to do this, solely based off of this might make me happy because it makes other people happy, or this might get me more friends because they have all their friends with them, or this might get me a sense of community, you know, so let me get involved in this, or let me do this, or let me become a part of this. And then when that thing, whatever that driving force is, whether it dies down or whether something else comes up in your life that's more important, whatever, eventually that's not going to be priority to you anymore. Because it really wasn't priority to you in the first place. You only did it because you was bored or because you was looking for something to do. So I think the first thing to do when you think about glowing up is really ask yourself, what's your intention? And if your intention has anything to do with somebody else or something else or any outside influence that's making you want to become something different, anything that's making you feel like you're wrong as you are, don't even worry about glow up. Worry about a therapy up. Worry about a prayer up. Worry about a release up, you know, like a lot of times The real problem is our insecurity, not feeling like we're good enough, dealing with imposter syndrome. Like, if you're trying to be better and elevate your life, but it's coming from a place of lack, it's coming from a place of, I'll never get love if I stay like this. I'll never be worthy of A, B, C, and D if I stay like this. No matter what that is, eventually those feelings of unworthiness or doubt or failure or whatever is going to come back up. Versus when you create something new, or when you try to be something new just to make yourself happy, or to bring more joy into your life, or to make your life easier, or to reach a certain goal for yourself that you know is going to bring happiness into your life, healing into your life. If ever that doesn't work out, your main focus is still going to be healing and happiness, and I really should say whenever it doesn't work out, because nothing you start, you're going to be able to do continuously until you pass away. Eating clean, traveling all the time, working out all the time, cleaning and, redecorating your place, or going to therapy, or, whatever we try to do, your yoga practice, your meditation practice. What if you're in a space of grief? What if you don't have the energy? What if you have people taking care of you? What if you have to, drop everything that you're doing in your life last minute and do something else? Life is not based around our glow ups or us trying to change or evolve. Life is life. Life is life. So we have to create goals for ourselves that are based on real life happenstance and real life issues, instead of, oh, I'm going to walk into this door as one person and exit out this magical door as somebody totally different. It's never going to be that. You're never going to be able to, I don't know why, but Hannah Montana's closet just came into my head. Was y'all watching Hannah Montana? I'm going to hopefully see if I can find a picture of Hannah Montana's closet. But Hannah Montana's closet, when you walked into it, it was just options everywhere, rolling back and forth on clotheslines, an infinite amount of things to choose from. I think that's how we feel when we step into a glow up, or when we're ready to change. We're just like, who am I gonna be today? And when you do that, you just set yourself up to be confused. You set yourself up to never really know who you are, because it's always based on, what do I want today? Who do I want to be today? Who do I need to impress today? When in reality, yes, who you might want to be might change, later down the line, but we should be more intentional about why we want to change, who we want to change for, what we want the change to bring into our life, because whatever is at the root of that, you're going to see more of that in your life. You're not going to see more of the result. You're going to see more of that root. So let's say, for example, you tell yourself, I have to be the most fit, tone, gym bod version of me. And if I'm not like that, then I'm not going to be able to date. No one's going to think I'm beautiful. People aren't going to think I'm healthy. So if you see someone that maybe is more fit than you, you're going to start telling yourself, I'm not healthy, I'm not doing enough. Versus you going to the gym and just being like, I want to start going to the gym because I want to feel better in my body. If you see somebody that's fitter than you, you might ask yourself, but do I feel good in my body? Do I feel better than what I did when I started? And that question could be enough to make you be like, you know what, I'm fine. I maybe had a moment of doubt right there, but I know I'm good, because my intention was to feel better in my body. My intention was not to cure my self-worth or cure my insecurity or make myself forget about my attachment issues. That wasn't my intention of the hair, of the new job, of the new car, of whatever glow up. That wasn't my intention. My intention was to heal a part of myself, to feel better every day in my body and in my skin. And I think that should be the goal of a glow up. It shouldn't be to be, more physically appealing so you could attract certain people. And I think we also need to recognize is that anything that we do, there's going to be a bad side to it. So you're never going to glow up or change your life to a certain way that you're going to avoid problems, avoid issues, avoid sadness, avoid whatever. It's never going to happen. So I think we also need to become comfortable with the fact that there might be things that throw you off in your journey. There might be things that change your goal or change your focus or change what you're doing and how you're doing it. Or you might just literally come into a roadblock, an obstacle that literally sits you down, that makes it so you can't do the things that you felt were the foundation of your glow up. But when you are the foundation of your glow up, when who you are today, is the foundation for everything that you're setting up, you'll always have you. I recently told somebody to stop romanticizing the future version of themselves, in a session. Stop romanticizing who you're going to be 10, 15, 20 years down the line and thinking that you're chopped liver right now. A lot of us will say out of our mouths, oh, I don't keep myself up enough to be an influencer. I'm not pretty enough to be an influencer. I don't care about my appearance enough to be an influencer. I'm not nice enough or friendly enough to people. People don't like me enough. I'm not personal enough. You just said all those things about yourself. Whether people have told you that or not, you're saying all those things about you, and I guarantee you, if you want and if you look hard enough, you can find somebody that can speak life into you, you know? So it doesn't matter what you've been told your whole life. It doesn't matter what the world has told you. It doesn't matter what you've been made to believe. It doesn't matter about the unhealthy expectations. First, you have to have a healthy relationship with success, a healthy relationship with failure, a healthy relationship with issues. You know, I recently saw this clip on a red carpet where this artist was basically saying, you know, someone asked this artist, what would you recommend to a new artist, you know, trying to make it big? And this person says, fail faster. Fail faster. Because when you fail faster, you get less afraid of failure and you're able to move to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And the gag is, am I the only person saying the gag is in 2024? I hope not. But the gag is when you tell yourself that, you know, you want to glow up or you want to change or you want to improve, that's only the first step to a 50 flight or 100 flight journey of improving and elevating and changing and growing. You know, just like for me in my journey, I told myself, I'm going to glow up. I'm going to become a YouTuber. So I made me a little messy, you know, YouTube channel when I was first in 2017, made me a little messy YouTube channel, talk about drama, people being nosy, people in your business, talk about tea, whatever, you know, just getting into stuff. And then I went through cosmetology school. I finished cosmetology school and I said, okay, I'm going to glow up. Now I'm going to talk to people about entrepreneurship, being your own boss, maxing out your revenue as a service provider, figuring out how you can create a unique, loving, healing experience for your clients as a service provider. I wanted to glow up and step into that space. So that was my glow up. And I did that for a while until the pandemic hit, and then I couldn't do that anymore. What if I felt like I couldn't do anything if I wasn't doing that? And that's how a lot of us feel. Well, if I'm not doing this, then I just need to give up. If this didn't work out, then I just need to give up. I could have very easily said, well, you know what? This didn't work out. This is what I went to school for. I paid all this money to be able to do this. If I'm not going to be able to do this right now, then I just need to throw my hands up and just say, maybe entrepreneurship isn't for me. Maybe being a business owner isn't for me. Maybe doing this YouTube thing isn't for me, you know? But I needed all of those glow ups to get me to the point that I am in right now. And I'm not going to be doing this forever. You know, so this glow up is leading me to another one, and to another one, and to another one. So I don't want you guys to get so attached to these glow ups that you feel like you can't be pivoted into something else. Because to be honest, a lot of glow ups happen so you can step into a pivot that will take you here or take you here or take you here, you know, and that is kind of what allows you to really, really glow up for real and accept the failure, accept the losses, accept the pandemic, accept the thing that might make you lose all your clients. You know, even when I started my spiritual journey, somebody hacked my Facebook account. I lost all of my clients and had to start over from ground zero on that Facebook page when that was my only moneymaker, doing live readings on that Facebook account. So, you know, I could have easily said, oh my God, this didn't work out. I must not be meant to be a reader. I must not be meant to do this. You know, when I come across y'all and y'all say that you can't do this or you don't believe in yourself, I really wish you could think, what if Christian said that? You know, so many of you guys say, I make y'all feel better. I make your life better. I help you so much with your mental health. You love me so much. You appreciate my content so much. What if I felt how you feel? What if I felt like I wasn't good enough to sit in front of this camera? What if I felt like because I'm still dealing with anxiety and depression, I shouldn't be in front of this camera? What if I felt like because I don't have it all figured out, I don't have a voice or I'm not worthy enough to speak to people? You know, you don't have to be perfect to step into a certain space. There is no profession. Profession is a joke. I think that the people that are really, really caught up in glow up culture are really just chasing other people's success. You want to be smart like this person and loved like this person and popular like this person, when in reality, you don't even know what their life is like. And so many of us have done this without even thinking. So many of us have manifested other people's problem, other people's karma, other people's drama in our lives because we said, I want a marriage like that. I want a relationship with my child's father like that. I want a job like that. I want their life. I want their vacation. I want their friend group. I wish I had a friend group like that. I've been in so many friend groups, y'all, where the girls get together, smile, put their arms around each other and take that motherfucking picture and be in 3 separate group messages by the end of the night. Everybody talk about everybody. Okay? I've taken the pictures. I've taken the group trips. That don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything. And I think we also need to look in our own lives and recognize where you have people that wish they could glow up in your situation. You have someone that says, I wish I could have a better relationship with my parents. I wish I could have one friend. I don't have anybody. I wish I could have one friend. I wish I was able to go to school. I'm not in school right now. You know, you might think that going to school and being in school right now is like the biggest curse over your life. You may think you need to glow up beyond that, but the position you're in is quite literally where someone is wishing to be. We are so blessed. If you have the internet, whether you at a library, sitting on your phone, you in your bed, wherever you at, if you have the internet to be able to watch this and look at this, you are blessed. You are blessed. You're blessed. And when we forget that, we lose hope. We lose faith. And we think that we can't do these things. We think that we can't be anything. We think that we're not going to be able to get into it. You know? So perspective is everything. I always talk about perspective, because it's so, so important for you to see you. And I always say you have to see yourself how God sees you. And you have to recognize that your journey is a journey of divinity. It's a journey of spiritual triumph. And a journey of spiritual triumph is not going to look like step 1, step 2, step 3 in numerical order until you reach step whatever. And you're living your best life. No problem, no issues, no falling off. The falling off is what gets you to the ultimate glow up, you know? So be confident with that, be comfortable with that. And to make changes that stick, like I mentioned, you have to make sure you're making those changes for yourself. And you also want to get comfortable with failure and loss and not having the energy all day, falling off some days, getting back up some days. You have to be comfortable with that, because we all have different levels of discipline and we all have to start somewhere. And if you're kicking yourself down while you're trying to build these habits, you're only going to develop a very dictatorship, authoritative relationship with yourself when it comes to those things. And that's going to actually make you not want to do those habits. It's going to make you resent yourself when you fail. It's going to make you be way too hard on yourself. It's going to make you feel like you're not qualified to be a friend or to give advice or any of that, you know? And I also don't want us to get so mentally ill, you know, that we think, oh, this person has money, they must be a good person. Oh, this person is in therapy, they must be a good person. Oh, this person has their own car, their own house, they must be a good person. When you think that glow ups are based on just, oh, this person has this person has this person has this person has this. When you think that a glow up is based on a checklist, like a checklist that you can see in someone's life, you're also going to be connecting with people that are sick. And you're not going to think they're sick because they're going to check off your glow up checklist. You ain't going to think they're sick. You know, I'm a wife. I don't have any wife friends. And the wives that I've met have been loonier than a box of Cracker Jacks. So if I felt like, and not even me, a lot of women that want to be wives feel like being a wife is a glow up. So single women will seek out wives because they feel like, oh, this person is glowed up. They have a husband, they have a family, they have a spouse, they have a home. This is what I want. So let me get close to them and try to figure out, you know, what they, and I don't think there's anything wrong with getting people in your life that you admire, but every person that has what you want is not who you want to be. And just because you're on the outside looking in, thinking that they got what you want, you don't even know what they got, how they got it, what they feel about it, how it's affected them. You just do not know. You just do not know. So when you have a warped perception of what glow up looks like, you'll be connecting with people that you think are going to help you in your glow up, and they actually will lead you to the things that you don't want, you know? So it's so important to be reliant, self-sufficient, self-preserving when you're trying to better yourself, because there's so many things that tell you, oh, you're not doing enough. Oh, you need to be doing more. Oh, this isn't what you need to be doing. You have to know for you what you should do. You know, I had people that told me I shouldn't move back to Dallas. I had people that told me I shouldn't get married. I had people that told me I shouldn't, I've had people that told me I shouldn't do a bunch of different things. Okay. And I never gave a damn about any of it. I actually stopped asking people what I should do because I know what I should do, you know? And I think that you need to know what you should do. And when you know what you should do, you make changes that can stick outside of what this person has suggested or what this person has suggested. Sometimes people in my life, my two best friends, they can suggest things to me, and my husband can suggest things to me. But unless you have a council of people that you have mentally and emotionally vetted, okay, you don't need to be asking a peanut gallery. The peanut gallery and your trusted counsel are two different things, you know? So that's something else. Identify who you can really trust and talk to, because sometimes we have friends that tell us we're doing the wrong thing when we're trying to better ourselves. We have people in our life that will deter us from going up. And that's another reason why the changes don't last, because instead of having people that can motivate you when you're in those moments of feeling weak, You have people that just kind of make you feel weaker and make you feel worse, when you do not need that. So you really want to be mindful of who you're even talking to, who you're being motivated with and by. You want to be mindful of who you feel is something you should model after. And I don't think we should model our lives after anybody, at all. So a lot of times we say, oh, I want this kind of love, or oh, I want this person's success, or oh, I want this person's body, oh, I want this. And we don't know that person is sick every day, they sad every day, they're confused every day, they hate their job, they understand that sometimes they may make $10,000 a month and the next month they're gonna have to ask their mama to pay their rent. We do not know what we're calling to ourselves when we say, I want to be like this person, or these are the people that I'm putting on my vision board. Stop putting people on your vision board. Why you got people on your vision board saying, I want this life, I want this? We should not be doing that. You have to base what you want to do off of your life, your trauma, your issues. I can't do what other people do because you don't have my life. You don't deal with what I deal with on a daily basis. So something that might work for you, it may work for 100 people, but it might not work for me, And I have people in my life where they do things that work for them, but hey, it doesn't work for me, so I can't do that because that is not going to work for me. And I think that having control is something really, really important too when you're wanting to better yourself. Have control. And if you have control over your life, you can always make changes that last a lifetime. And I mean that because when you have control over your life, you can recognize when you're not making the right decision, when you need to switch up what you're thinking, when you need to take a step back, and you can also take the action in doing that. A lot of people get stuck in a glow up because they don't have control over their life. They have no control over their mind. They have no control over what they actionably do. They cannot make themselves get out the bed. They cannot make themselves call this person. They cannot make themselves put together the planner. They cannot make themselves organize it. They're waiting on someone else to do it for them. And I don't mean getting a mentor, because sometimes you need somebody that can get you ready. But I don't mentor anybody with the intention of mentoring them for the rest of your life. If you're a client of mine, or if you ever work with me, I want you to be set up to do what you need to do for yourself. I don't believe in curing somebody for life from the same thing when they can learn how to prevent themselves from falling into that same trap. And I think a lot of people that we connect with can very easily, just kind of want to keep you around. Everybody that you meet doesn't have your best interest at heart, even if you feel like this person really wants to help you. You might have a friend that's taken that just wants to keep you single. You might have a friend that's in a gym that wants to make sure you never get the results they got. You might have a friend that has their business, they might want to keep you broke, And it's never about you. It's always about someone else's insecurity, what somebody else has going on. We all have insecurity, Our own insecurity might stop us from working with certain people or helping certain people. Like let's say I'm a business coach and I end up working with somebody and they make $1 million in their first year. I ain't making no $1 million. So I can easily be like, oh, I'm not helping nobody like that no more, because they're going to end up making more than what I've ever made, And you might not know that when you ask somebody for advice or for help, they're not going to tell you, oh yeah, I'll help you, but I'm also going to be praying on your downfall. I'm also going to be trying to see how I can exploit you. They're not going to be telling you that. And you're not going to know that unless you have control of your mind, have control of your emotions. You're not letting other people tell you, oh no, I didn't mean this. No. You know what you feel. You know what you want. You know what your goals are. You have to let that lead you. You have to let that be the foundation for everything that you do, every move that you make, every space that you step into. Because it's so easy to go down this spiral where we cannot make a change because we're dependent on other people's motivation, their validation, them patting us on the back, them redirecting us. And I don't think there's anything wrong with needing a trusted counsel, but you have to vet people in your life and stop sharing everything that you're trying to do with everybody that you come across. Because the things that you're trying to do in your life are precious, It's like a baby, when you're creating life and giving birth to a physical human baby, that's the same spiritual connection and spiritual manifestation and creation that someone uses to manifest 10 G's or a car or their life partner. So creation is creation. And if you were trying to have a baby and you had infertility issues, you wouldn't be trying to conceive and got your friends smoking around you drinking. You wouldn't be purposefully destroying what you're trying to conceive. But sometimes that's what we do. We purposefully have things and people and influences around us that don't align with what we want, don't align with the glow up, don't align with the goals that we're looking for. And I think that's always an opportunity to say, what do I really want? You know, do I really want popularity? Because if I really want popularity, then I don't have to be a good person to have popularity, you know? But if I don't have the popularity, I don't really care about being a good person anymore, you know? And I had to remember, I was watching this video about somebody saying they have to be the villain sometimes in someone's story. And I've talked to you guys about this. And there was a comment that says, I don't care about being the villain in your story if you're the clown in mine. Ain't that a read? That is such a read. Because a lot of times we'll try to impress people that are clowns. And there's nothing wrong with being a clown. You've been a clown before. You trying to impress a clown, make you a damn clown. You know, I also remember hearing years ago that if you playing around with clowns and you choosing to be a part of the circus, once you see the red noses and the big shoes, if you choosing to be in the circus, then don't say nothing. If it ain't your circus, if it ain't your monkeys, if it ain't your clowns, if it ain't your jesters, then why are you making yourself be a part of that rodeo if you don't want that, you know? So we also have to remember that everything is optional. You know, you don't have to be a certain way or do anything. Whatever you're doing in this life is absolutely optional. You are in control. And when you know that and you recognize you don't have to suffer, you don't have to have certain people in your life, you don't have to do this or do this, you don't even have to continue on your path. You can watch this video and be like, oh my God, I've been trying to be this person just to please all my friends. I've been trying to do this just to please everybody. Outside of everybody else being happy with me, am I really happy with me? And I also think that if people in your life know that you're unhappy and they're okay with you being unhappy because it makes them happy, then again, you have to ask yourself, is that really, you know, someone that you want in your life? And I think a lot of times we feel so guilty for asking that we don't want to leave the job or leave the person or leave. We don't want to leave because we feel bad for leaving. We feel bad for saying, if I want to get better, I can't have you in my life, you know? But sometimes that's what we need to do. And I think when you are zero tolerance for bullshit and foolishness and clownery, when you want to change, you'll have changes that stick. When you say I'm doing this, regardless if I feel like it, regardless if you want me to, regardless who likes it, you'll do it. Because it's about the change and what the change is bringing into your life. And that's more important than the guilt, than the shame you feel when you don't show up. That's more important than the fear that it's all going to go away one day. That's more important than the fear that your friends are going to not like the version of you, this new version of you. That's more important than everything. The change is what matters, because the change is going to be the catalyst to a new life. You know, people always say you want to change your life, change your mind, change your environment. So you change your mind, you change your environment, and your life will change. But you have to be zero tolerance for bullshit, for coons, for fools, for clowns, for the nincompoops. You cannot allow that shit. You just can't. And I think the more serious we are about who we want to be and where we want to be, and the more we have the intention to do it for us, not for these worldly things, I think that leads us to a path of real change. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and this talk about glowing up, about changing, about evolving, and about doing it in a way that will lead you to more change in the future. Again, if you guys want to book with me, work with me, connect with me, all that and then some, check down below in the description box to get into it. But I appreciate y'all as always. Let me know how you feel about this down below in the comment section. I love y'all, and I will see you guys next time.